Hello, hello, happy Halloween. Hopefully, honestly, I wouldn't like I would think a lot of people are probably out partying right now. Because it's officially nightfall now. It's dark outside. Shit, I'm pretty sure I heard what I think is a firework, but the thing is I only heard it once, so I'm not I'm not entirely certain that it was a firework. Well, I think it was. I mean, there's something, you know. It wasn't really that close to me, but people are partying. I guess that's all we can really say in that part. I did have to do an update. Hold on. I believe we're good. Yeah. What is this? I don't recognize it. What the heck? Oh, this is like a different version of it. Okay. All right, we're good though. Dude, I tried to stream yesterday, man, and we instantly started losing bitrate. And I was about to go and do like troubleshoots and whatnot to see if I can like um fix that issue. But then I just decided I don't care. Dude, I took that as a sign that is like, hey, maybe you should have streamed today, and I didn't. I didn't. For whatever reason, I was more irritable yesterday. Or I guess not irritable. It's just I was like my very quiet self usually. Cause I don't want to say irritable just because I got mad at the game. Like cause I was playing Destiny on stream. I don't want to say I was like irritable. Like I was very irritable yesterday. And my only proof of it is me getting upset at Destiny. It's like, well, I always get upset at Destiny, so that's not really much of a like out of the ordinary experience. So I was like, let's not count that. Let's not count that. Because in Minecraft, we were chilling. We was playing Minecraft. We was having a good time. Now, if I would have been getting pissed off while also playing Minecraft, then that would have been very different. All right, then it was like, oh yeah, yeah. But I was like very quiet yesterday, like more so than I usually am. Well, well, I guess that's not necessarily true to an extent, because like I'm usually quiet. It's just that yesterday I was like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, though, although I didn't stream yesterday, I did, as you heard, I played the game, and hold on, what are the modifiers for today? Uh, I truly hate chill touch with such a passion, dude. Like, oh my goodness. Wait, what was the champion modifier? Doom, doom. I assume it's threaded as well. Yeah, threads. So we're gonna have threadlings, chill touch for melee hits, and then what are the scions called? The stasis ones. Like I'll have to deal with them rats as well. It's like annoying. Is what it is. Very annoying. Best off about to leave the ground. Higher, 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 higher. In fire. All right, I got distracted. But yeah, I did play some more of the game, and then I got like some decent amount of loot. I got like a lot of tier fives. I got this bow. I'm actually happy with. Oh well, I'm okay with. We got kinetic, rapid hit, but dude, I cannot pull. I pulled this bow with draw time, right? I cannot pull this bow with draw time. I've pulled this bow so many times, and it either keeps dropping with range or something else. It literally drops with everything but draw time. I haven't gotten draw time once on this damn bow, and it's astounding to me. Like, holy. Oh, I did try out centrifuge instead. Centrifuge, like, it could be good. It's so annoying though. The overcharge shit triggers me so much. Resetting on like completely resetting on what you call it, reload. Like, I guess it would be too cracked if it didn't have that, but even while amplified, because amplified like increases the meter over time, like slowly, without you having to either run or get kills with it. And it's just like maybe this is way better if I'm rocking arc, but then I also have on what's it called? What's armamentarium? I think. Hold on, I could just check. Let me check right quick. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep trying to like think it over. Or is armamentarium the? Oh wait, armamentarium is the grenade one. I'm thinking of the where is it? Oh, here we go. Actium War Rig. There we go. Steady reloads a portion of your equipped auto rifle or machine guns magazine from reserves. Final blows with auto rifles, machine guns boost their stability, ammo generation, and damage. Like, maybe this is like what I was thinking of. Or sorry, no, this is what I was thinking of. And maybe the exotic is actually better with this. Because I know on Warlock, you can permanently make yourself amplified. And this weapon, Centrifuge, is actually a good weapon when running that build. Like, it's not a terrible choice. Or at least it's not a terrible choice. I don't know if it's, like, necessarily as good as, like, one may think. But it's not a bad option. Because it synergizes with those abilities. What if I... Is it even possible to make like that arc build with... No, because you can't do bolt... Yeah, you can't do bolt charge. Hmm. 3, 3, 3. 2 for knockout. 2 for consecration as well. Because I was thinking, what if you what if we got a class item with Actium War Rig and why am I forgetting names? Curse of the Falling Star. Is that even a possible... Is that even a possible combination? Hold on. Dude, I haven't been to the Pale Heart in so long, so this is gonna be a first in very, very long. I don't even remember how long. I want to believe it's been longer than a year since I even touched Kepler. Truth be told. Though again, I still do need to get the catalyst for the sword. The exotic sword. Ba 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 da ba 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 da. Don't tell me they're in the same. Like, if you can get it on here, they're not in the same one, are they? Wait. That's crazy. I thought Inmost Light was in here. Actually, that wouldn't make sense because Inmost Light isn't, or what's it called? It's not even. No, it is. What's good, Bean? It's a happy Halloween. Okay, never mind. I thought Curious was inside of the class items. When are we gonna get an update for the exotic class items? I don't mean the tiered system. I mean when is more shit getting added? Chilling in a gaming rut, which is sad to me because I want to play game. I want to game all weekend. Mm, that's tough because I want to say like there's two things you could possibly do. The obvious one is not game, right? The other and if you're not gaming, then you're just gonna be doing something else with like the spare time that you have, like be it reading or watching movies or I don't know anything else. The second option is to literally just load up a game and see if you get stuck in it. Like that is literally just that. Otherwise, this weekend is gonna like it's gonna feel very slow and very boring. All right, so never mind. I thought I'd be able to get what's it called, but I guess not. Curious and yeah, Curious of a Falling Star and what's it called is not on here. Why do I keep forgetting the name of that exotic? Not Armamentarium. Actium War Rig. Neither of those are inside of the exotic class item, so I can't even do like that as what I was thinking. Little hero's gonna go and save the day. Hmm. Well, yeah, I know Inmost is, but I meant like Curious of a Falling Star and Actium War Rig isn't. Because Inmost would be, or not Inmost, Curious would be used for obviously the Thunder Crash, and then Actium War Rig would be used for the auto rifles and MGs. They get a crispy snipe in Battlefield, but I just can't play that long term. Yeah, you can only do BR. I mean, unless you're just like a hardcore like BR Battlefield or COD type of fan. Yeah, you're not going to do those for an incredibly long time, especially if you're playing solo. If you're playing with friends, that's different. Because when you're playing with friends, you get lost in it to a like a much deeper degree, strictly because you're playing with your friends. But if you don't have like if you're queuing solo, right, then that's just that. You can only do it for so long. See, if they let us do whatever exotic combos we want, then it'd be yeah, exactly. Because again, it's not like it's you're getting the full benefit of the exact. Well, the thing is though, with Curious of the Falling Star, right? Because there is nothing. Greatly increases your thunder crash damage and grant. Oh wait, no, there is a two-parter to this. So yeah, you would just keep the thunder crash damage, right, and grants you damage resistance after impact. But then you would lose the melee final blows while amplify grants you super energy. So yeah, they could definitely. Because what I was about to say is all they need to do is just make sure that the exotic has a secondary benefit that doesn't get applied to the exotic class item, or the trait doesn't get applied to the exotic class item. And then same thing for Actium. What does Actium do? No, Actium, like if we read it, it said it gives it like extra damage, right? So damn, does that mean we'd have to give up the damage though? We might have to actually. Steady reloads portion of exotic auto rifles or machine guns magazines from reserves. Final blows with auto rifle or machine guns boost their stability, ammo generation, and damage. Provides moderate benefit to airborne. Actually, look, Bungie. Technically, there's three parts here. So, I say we put 2 of 3 of these on the exotic class item. Get rid of airborne effectiveness. Get rid of airborne effectiveness. Like, let's just leave that part off when you put this exotic into the exotic class item. It's like, they're not going to do that. They definitely wouldn't do that. It would just be this first sentence. This first sentence would be on the exotic class item. That's it. Now, in a perfect world, it would be this first and second sentence that would be on the exotic. Like, if it was up to me, like, I could sneak into the building and like add this shit to the exotic class items without anybody noticing. I'm putting both the first and second line in there. Like that's gonna be on there. And then just to, quote unquote keep it balanced, or or make sure that the original exotic still has like a benefit, quote unquote. We'd make sure that this last line doesn't make it to the exotic class item. I didn't even know it had the second one. Wait, what do you mean you didn't even know it had the second one? Oh, you mean the second benefit? I assume that's what you meant, right? The second benefit. But yeah, I mean, you be forgetting about that. Shit, I'd be forgetting about that. A lot of these exotics, I actually don't remember that they have more than one benefit to them. It's just when you think of this exotic, like for instance, Actium Warwick, when you think of this exotic, you just think of it refills auto rifles and machine guns from reserves. You don't think of like these 2 extra lines to it. Like, I didn't know this shit boosted damage. And I didn't know about the airborne effectiveness, but I don't care about the airborne effectiveness either. Now, I did know Curious also had the damage reduction or whatever, because that, like, this used to be hot in PvP. Alright? This second line, I didn't know this. I didn't know the second line was here. This second sentence. I didn't know about that. But I did know about, like, the damage resistance after impact. That part I knew. But that second line is actually pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty juicy, actually. The thing is, though, the reason Bungie, like, well, I mean, the current reason Bungie doesn't do all this shit is because, like, they probably don't have the time. They probably worry about other shit. But, like, I want to believe another reason they don't do it is because the game would quickly grow out of control. And, like, when you add such freedoms like that to the game, and it basically, like, makes the game bad in the sense of, like, no difficulty, they can't just take it away now. Like, they physically can't. The same way with, like, the tiered system, right? They can't just delete this out of the game now. It's here. It's here. People have put in the time to grind it now. Like, it's in game. They can't delete that shit now. The only logical way they could delete it is if they do some type of like vaulting that makes these pointless. If like assuming they want to go away from tiers. So it's like that's probably why they didn't do that with the exotic. Like they had the forethought of like, okay, if we make every single exotic be applicable to the class items, that could be potentially bad in the future. Maybe. Who knows? Honestly, another reason they probably didn't do it is because they probably just didn't have enough time. Because keep in mind, Final Shape was delayed. So like they did as much as they could within that time to make Final Shape as good as it was. If they thought of this like way in advance, maybe every single exotic would have been in here. Like every current exotic in the game probably would have been in these marks. And then who knows, maybe they even would have went crazier and made it almost like the tiered system, right? Where you'd have multiple combinations of perks, like they'd make it because it was already RNG, right? Where you can get two exotic class items, right? Maybe at some point they probably did think of like doing it like weapons and having multiple armor perks on each side. So you can get like a crazy roll if you want it. Honestly, that would be nice if they did that because then you wouldn't have to keep so many of these type of marks. Imagine if you had like, let's say 3 as a minimum and then who knows, maybe 4 as a maximum, right? But I'm pretty sure they probably just do 3. Truth be told, I think 3 is probably the safest amount because it will match with weapon armor perks, which is a maximum of 3 in each column, right? It's either they either do the 3 in each column as random rolls, or they do a craftable version with only 1 in each column. Or either they just do what they did here and they just make it 1 in each column and it's farmable. Right? So, there's that. Honestly, I like the 3 in each column and then keep it randomized. I think that would be nice. I think that would be very good. Imagine 5 perks on a class item. Like, see, that's greed. That's greed right there, and I can't lie. I'd love that. But of course I'd love that. It benefits me greatly. Like I'd love that shit. Dude, I really want to see every exotic inside of the exotic class item. Like at some point we have to get an update for this. Right? Like Prismatic is still good, obviously. Like that goes without saying. Prismatic is still a great subclass. But I want more shit in it. Dude, it's moments like these that make me kind of wish Destiny was like those games where how would I word this? Like your character grows over time. So it's like, let's say I start off as a new light, right? And you know, you're starting off with the basic solar arc or void classes and shit, right? But then as you're progressing in the story, you're unlocking all of the different customizational perks for your arc, solar, and void class. But eventually you get to prismatic. Eventually you get to stasis. That adds a change up. Now keep in mind, see, I didn't clarify this. Sorry, I should have said this first. Take us back to before we got this, right? Before we got this system right here with the aspects and fragments. Imagine if instead, because like this, I personally like this idea. We will never see this again though, unfortunately, unless we start Destiny 3. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Hold on, I'll come back to that. But go back to 2.0. Go back to subclasses 2.0 where it wasn't this, and it was, what was it? It was the diamonds. It was the selectable tree diamonds, right? Go back to that, because again, it makes sense. You're starting off as brand new, right? You just risen from the grave. You don't understand all this customizable shit or stuff like that. No, you're starting off with the basics, right? So you just have your supers, but then you have select trees that you choose from, because again, you're still learning. So don't flood the new player's mind with all this customizations and shit. No, 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 no. Nah, we don't do that. Right? So like, and the thing is, they would have to rework Destiny for this, for to have this type of growth statements, right? So let me just simplify this. What I'm saying is, subclass 2.0, where you have selectable trees for how you want your playstyle to be, right? And then as you progress through the story, and when you get to Beyond Light, for instance, because that's when we got this armored, or not armor, but the subclass 3.0, right? This is where it first began, was with stasis. So from when you're first risen all the way to right before Beyond Light, so the DLC before Beyond Light, that all of those would have your subclass 2.0s. So Arc, Solar, and Void, and then you see the updates in the trees and whatnot, right? But the moment you actually start going into Beyond Light, just like what happened when they introduced stasis, except the thing is, instead of making it so that you don't unlock stasis till the very end, right? You just get taste of it as you're going through the story. You unlock it instantly. And as you're playing through the Beyond Light campaign, it's teaching you all these different customizable ways of personalizing your subclass to make it your own, so you can make it your own playstyle. And then when you complete this actual campaign, that's when you unlock armor, or not, I keep saying armor 3.0. That's when you unlock subclass 3.0 for all of your other subclasses, right? So for Arc, Solar, and Void, you unlock 3.0 for all of those as well. And then moving on, sorry, because as you're going through, so like, what is it, Beyond Light to Witch Queen now, throughout that whole year, you're getting more accustomed to all of these guys, right? To customizing, making your own roles. And then come Witch Queen, you're still playing through, right? People still talk about this, by the way, where it's like, Strand was supposed to drop in Witch Queen, but Bungie said, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. So everyone's like, okay, all right, you say so. Sorry, that just randomly came back to my brains. I just had to talk about that real quick, but yeah, and then you get to Witch Queen, and at this point in time, you're testing your mastery of your build through the Witch Queen campaign, which brought a certain level of difficulty back to the game in terms of like campaign status, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's when hard mode was reintroduced. Not hard mode. That's when legendary mode was reintroduced into the game, or not reintroduced, but introduced into the game. Because I don't think we had legendary mode like back in D1, right? Or did we? Maybe you had like a hard mode or something. But point is, that's when the game becomes harder outside of in-game content, right? So like, you can choose to play the campaign on legendary difficulty, and that's going to test your mastery of your builds, right? Oh, sorry, I totally missed a part though, because at this point, well, actually, would we want them to do that? So yeah, I think at the end of Beyond Light campaign, it'll be solid if all of your subclasses now get upgraded to 3.0. Yeah, it's a subclass 3.0, but it doesn't fully have like, I feel like that'll be kind of ass, huh? Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense. Why would you get all of the new subclass customizations in the Witch Queen campaign? Because the Witch Queen campaign isn't about discovery of self. That's more so about discovery of the past, of like the things that you see, and or like the lore that you learn, in that sense of like who Savathun is, and like all of that other stuff, and how that pertains to the Traveler. So like, it wouldn't make sense for you to get all of that in that. So I guess, oh yeah, they just tied to the seasons, just like they did. Duh. Like, why am I making this difficult? So, end of Beyond Light, all of your subclasses that were currently available, which be Stasis, Arc, Solar, and Void, those will become 3.0, right? But you won't have all of the like the new perks just yet, because those wouldn't be in the game just yet. So why does it say locked? Oh, oh, it was because okay, but you wouldn't have like because we got like a few new fragments in aspects in that time. So it's like when the upgrade occurs from 2.0 to 3, it would just basically like change the 2.0, all of the 2.0 diamond tree, like the diamond trees into this. So like the melees go in here, like the current melees at that time will fall into this one. You know, exactly as we see, but the new shit that we got in each season, it will still remain that you would unlock those in each season. So it's like, hey, here's the new aspects and fragments for Arc and Season of Plunder, and so on and so forth, like that type of shit. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, cool. And then here in the Witch Queen campaign, see, I'm saying here while pointing the strand. This isn't even about that, but in the Witch Queen campaign, that's when legendary mode comes out for campaign, and that's where you're going to be testing the mastery of your builds, because ad density in the Witch Queen campaign is actually very saucy. It was pretty good. I actually loved the Witch Queen campaign. I think like undisputed Witch Queen campaign is like loved by all, you know. If anything, it's like maybe, I don't know, shit surrounding the campaign, like maybe the overall world was probably not the funnest, or so, I don't know, but the campaign itself was actually pretty great. Anyways, point is, Witch Queen would test the mastery over your builds, and it'll like help you. I guess it'll yeah, actually you could see it like that. It'll be more of a like training mode to get you into build crafting, right? Assuming you didn't already to like master that leading up to Witch Queen. But that legendary campaign mode is definitely gonna test your builds for sure. I mean, it did. Like, it definitely did. Because you really couldn't hide. Like, there was no, like, true place where you can hide from enemies and pick them off. Like, you had to encounter them for the most part. And your build was very important in doing so. For that. Anyways, point is, that's Witch Queen's purpose, just test you. Now, leading on from Witch Queen. Right, so Witch Queen to Lightfall. That's just story progression from that point, from Witch Queen to Lightfall. Alright. New information, blah, blah, blah. It's like, there wasn't really anything big happening within those years. Now, when you get to Lightfall, just like with Stasis, because I wanted Stasis to be unlocked I forget, was Stasis unlocked instantly? Or did we have to beat the campaign first? I genuinely don't remember. I just remember specifically for Lightfall, you do not unlock it instantly. You just have taste of it throughout the campaign. And then you unlock it at the end. Which is counterintuitive in my thought, like, or at least in my head, because we literally do a full-ass training montage as one of the missions. Yet at that point, we still don't have it unlocked. How does that make sense? Because the training is meant to be a way to help you better control the power. But you need to have it unlocked to even train with it. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. That shit was had ass backwards. I don't know why they did that shit. But, sorry, look, this is Destiny 2.5 that I'm talking about here, where all these changes are important. You know, there's Destiny like 2.5. And yes, I'm saying 2.5, like Destiny 2.5, because I don't want this to be Destiny 3, right? If they perfect Destiny 2.5, then they can they literally can build Destiny 3 off of that perfected baseline of Destiny 2.5. I don't even want a Destiny 3 to be made until they perfect every necessary, because in my mind that just makes sense. You don't build a brand new game that's supposed to be a sequel to the previous game if the previous game is terrible. Fix that game, perfect the systems, and then build Destiny 3 off of those said systems. So you can say like, oh man, yeah, this is like literally, you don't want a situation of people hopping in D2 vanilla, or you don't want a situation of where oh my lord, I keep tying my words. You do not want to create another Destiny 2 vanilla scenario where people play D2 vanilla and it's garbage because it doesn't feel like Destiny at all. Like literally D2 vanilla, they changed so much shit for vanilla that it like cuz arguably D1 vanilla ended on a good note. Like it was good. It was good. All they would have had to do was build off of that, but they didn't. So D2, D2.5, Destiny 2.5. Let's fix some shit. You feel me? Let's fix some shit. Lightfall. Changes to be made here. What the fuck? Sorry, I got distracted by something on the side. But Destiny 2.5. Lightfall changes. Unlock this from the very first mission encounter. When you meet the Striders and like they fly overhead and you actually interact with it for that first time, you should unlock it from that first interaction. It is the first mission that I'm thinking of, right? Hold on. Let me check right quick. Just to be sure. I'm pretty sure it is the first mission. Neomuna. This is not Neomuna. What am I talking about? There we go. Huh? Oh, I clicked Europa twice. What the fuck? I'm like, what is going on right now? The world's first violin. Yeah, First Contact. I'm pretty sure this is the one where, yeah, it's First Contact. That's why it's called First Contact. But yeah, this is where you first get a taste of it. You need to unlock it. Mission 1. Mission 1. Unlock that shit. Completely unlocked. You only have like, what is it? I think you only have 3 off rip, 3 fragments off rip or whatever. Or maybe we don't even get fragments yet. Just let us unlock it though. You know, like unlock strand. We need to be able to go back in here and have it selected. Now, obviously, we will need the base melee, duh. The grapple, duh. The jumps and barricades, duh. Those are naturals. Those are naturals. Obviously, they need to be unlocked. Now, aspects, right? Because exactly, you can just do this, right? So, aspects, we wouldn't have any aspects yet. Fragments, we wouldn't have any fragments yet. We unlock these as we're playing through the fucking campaign. You know? Or at least, like, some baselines. We at least need to unlock some baselines. So, like, imagine you can choose for free. You can choose, like, by the end of the campaign, when you're facing Callus, you should have 2 aspects. And wait, how many is it? 2, 2, 2. Okay, cool. So yeah, before you face Callus, you should have 2 aspects and 4 fragments. 100%. Because you're going to be doing this on Legendary anyways. You're going to be fighting 2 Tormentors, a lot of ads. Callus is going to be doing active damage to you while you're fighting all of these ads and Tormentors anyways. So I don't think this will be a big deal, a huge issue to have this. Again, this is Destiny 2.5 I'm talking about. Reworks to make the game as good as it can be. And this is just from a new light perspective. Someone who's replaying the game from day 1 to day whatever, you know, right? Like, they're literally starting off as a new light and becoming a guardian, you know? They're just becoming a guardian, a legitimate guardian. as I was saying though, when you unlock these, this needs to be you need to be able to like choose these for free. Like as you're playing through the game, like you have the choice of like the route you're trying to take. Like, do you want to go into the fray, Drinker's Lash, or Fletchless Storm, Banner of War, this type of stuff. You know that type of thing, right? You should be able to unlock these as you're playing through. What did I have selected again? I actually forgot. Um. Oh, Fletchless Storm and Banner of War. Yeah, there we go. All right, so like these would be my two, and then you'd have like whatever four that you would also choose for free in here. All right, and then you will earn the other ones because no matter what, you will go back to like unlock all of the other fragments and aspects later on. You will 100%. That like that's a fact because although Drinker's Lash isn't, I mean, you can use this in PVE, but it's like it's not the greatest PVE option for the most part, right? So like most likely, not logically, but most likely on your first playthrough, you probably end up choosing like Fletchless Storm and Banner of War over Drinker's Lash and Into the Fray. Most likely. Some people could do Into the Fray and Fletchless Storm or Into the Fray. Like it's a choice thing, right? Whatever everyone's trying to like rock out, whatever build they're trying to go for, right? Thing is though, you will go back to unlock the other ones once you finish the campaign. Again, that's just goes without saying. There's no way you're not going to, right? And the other thing is, put all the fucking lore into the fucking into the Lightfall, right? Don't have me playing Season of the Deep, and then I'm for whatever reason I'm running back to Neomuna to hear recordings that I could have just heard in the Lightfall update. Like what? Like stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. Hello. It's like the very first time that we go through those vents, imagine like, nah, I guess you'd have to rework some stuff to like fit those. Cause I'm pretty sure the first time that we go through those vents, like towards the Callus boss fight, is literally during that fight. I don't think we ever go there before that fight. I don't think so, unless we do. Or maybe they could have. Imagine if like you were doing the boss fight mission and then you ran by that initial hub and you saw you can interact with it and get lore drops from it. And it's like, oh, well that's interesting. But would that be too much of a immersion break? You know, because you're that the way that mission works is that you're trying to hurry and get to um uh dude, why am I forgetting what it's called? Dude, I almost said the upended. That's literally Roke's like world flipping weapon or whatever. Um, dude, what is it called? The Veil. There we go. The wait, that is the Veil, right? I'm pretty sure that's the Veil that I'm thinking of. But yeah. Imagine because in that mission, you're trying to get to the Veil before Callus does, but he literally just runs through the fucking walls and the glass and shit, so he beats you there regardless. But he's just standing there. It's not like he's actively doing anything. So you could stop for a second and hear, you know, hear that lore drop from there right quick. But I don't know. It could be immersion breaking. Like I definitely can see it being immersion breaking, which is why they probably wouldn't do that. But I don't know. We can think about this shit later. You know, the fine details, but they definitely need to put all of like that. Even if we don't have it in the exact mission, which is fine, because again, I can see that being immersion breaking. They should definitely unlock that shit after you finish the campaign, at the very least. So, like, a brand new mission pops up that's telling you to go back in there, but instead of going all the way to the Veil, you stop at that terminal and you hear all of the recorded diaries from Maya. Or wait, was that from Maya or Chioma? I can't remember who was narrating or whose point of view that was from. I can't remember. But the point is like big lore drops explaining the Veil and whatnot. was there. That's the important part, you know. And honestly, I guess it would make more sense for all of that stuff to be after you beat the campaign, or it's like either because when we constantly keep asking what's the veil and people are giving vague expressions like or explanations, maybe they should have put those bumps like somewhere else. I don't know. But it's like, where else would they have put, if we're strictly talking about those recordings, where else would they have put those recordings for and made sense, you know? I don't really know. Because we really weren't interacting with the citizens all that much. And the Cloud Striders, like, maybe the Cloud Striders could have, or at least Rohan. Maybe Rohan probably would have been the guy to explain that. Like, I don't know, he whips out this ball, this Quicksilver ball that has a recording of Chioma Messi explaining what the veil is. Or so, I don't know. This is where things get like a little confusing or like difficult to like figure out, I suppose. Because honestly, what they could have done, I guess, is like in that mission where, cause I'm pretty sure that's the same mission Rohan dies, right? Like they could have had it in a way where he's like, I'll explain everything. Like I'll explain to you, or I'll explain everything that I know about the veil after we stop the fuck, what was the weapon that was trying to interact with the veil that we destroyed? The ah, damn, I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember. But like in that moment, Rohan could have did that like death flag moment where we knew he was gonna die, and like instead of us grieving that he died because we liked his character so much, because nobody did that, right? He was a cool character. I don't think he should have died there, but they could have created a logical death flag moment right there by having him say that. I'll explain to you what the veil is after we stop this weapon. Boom, and then he dies. And you said, what? You said, that's the guy who knew what we needed to know. And he just died. Like, at least we would have felt something in a logical manner versus, like, them creating or expecting artificial grievances. Like, you know? Or from the player, I mean. So I mean that they could have teased us with it there, and then at the end when we defeat Callus, that's when we unlock the terminal, you know, that type of thing. But I don't know, right? Anyways, I just realized I've been going off like very far. I've been going off very far, just yapping it all and whatnot. Sorry, let me finish it. So we're skipping after Lightfall to the final shape year. That's when Prismatic comes around. That's when we unlock this shit right here. And it's at this point that we lose all of our classes. Imagine we lose all of them, like as separate entities. I mean, right? So all of these disappear, right? Every single one of these disappear, and they're all just within here. All your supers are lining around this diamond right here. You'd have whatever your active one is in the center, and then you'd have every other one. How many supers would that be, actually? Because we only have one stasis each class. You only have... Oh, no, there's 3 here. Okay. Is it 3 each? 3... No, it's 2. And then it's 2. It's different with each class, I'm pretty sure. Because I think Hunters have... How many does Hunters have, actually? Like, for Arc. Because Hunters had got an Arc subclass in Plunder. Like, just because Bungie just said, we're giving them another super. Like, they got a new super. For whatever reason. Anyways, the point is, though, in Prismatic, all of your... Once you get to final shape, and you interact with, like... the Traveler that unlocks the, you know, like you do the interaction that unlocks Prismatic as a whole, all of your subclasses will be thrown into Prismatic. You will no longer have this select light or dark subclasses node right here. That's going to completely disappear. You're just going to have Prismatic, right? And then all of your supers will be surrounding this. All of your different barricades will be in here, just like this. Your different jumps, obviously. All of your different melees. Every single melee you have ever unlocked, or sorry, every single melee that you will have unlocked at this point will be in here. Every single grenade in here. Every single base, like strand, void, solar arc, all of that, they will all be in here. And then you'd also have like what Bungie would have to do. They'd have to create well, actually, no, they wouldn't actually, because the whole thing that makes prismatic would be the transcendence meter and these two abilities, followed by the fragments, right? So there's some fused fragments in here, but you also have all of your base elemental fragments like this. There's only a few in here, honestly, though. Realistically, the first one that I see that's literally just the solar fragment is this one, Facet of Dawn. It's literally just this. And then after that, everything else is new here. And the reason I say this is like, so let's say you do want to go full strand, then you will have the potential to do that. But you'd still have, because like, basically you can do that now, but it's at such a limited degree. You know, it's so very limited to this degree. That's what I wish dude, I still remember when I was thinking about this. I was so excited because I thought this is like, that's how it was gonna go, you know. Like, I thought everything was going to be in here. Because, I don't know, I just like games that have that type of progression system where you're starting off at the bottom of the barrel. Like, there's not much choices. You get what you're served, you know? So you start off with, like, if you chose solar, you starting off with solar. And then you have the old solar 2.0, where you have the 3 notes that you can choose from. Bing, bam, boom. Right? And then as you continue through the story, that's when you get the first subclass ever that has the new 3.0. You play through the campaign using that 3.0 subclass league. You can't switch to any others. You have to use this throughout the entire campaign, just so you can get used to it, because that's the goal of the game. That's why you're so locked in. That's why you can't switch to any of your other subclasses, because the game is forcing you to experience this, to get used to it. Now, again, that's, you know, it's not allowing you to play the way you want to play. Yes, but at this point in time, this is a growth moment. You're playing a story campaign that's vital to the mechanics of the game, you know? Like, it's going to change some shit up, you know? So, dude, I'm pretty sure some people would definitely disagree with this. They wouldn't like that, but I don't know. I feel like it's better than starting off now as a new light and then you just get this shit thrown in front of you. Like, if you've never played the game before and you just get this shit thrown in front of you and it's telling you to, like, oh, put on bing bam boom pow, right? Like, you're not going to fully understand what the fuck is going on. It's because now you have to learn all of this shit, which as a veteran, it doesn't seem that crazy. It seems pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Like, all of this shit makes sense. All of these stat numbers right here, seeing all these different options that I could change, this just makes sense. It's simple. But as a new player who doesn't know anything about Destiny, they're just trying it out, trying to see if they like it, right? They go from just shooting guns and shit like that to now there's like a sudden freedom of like just putting together a fucking build. Apparently you don't understand what the fuck this is. You're very confused, and then as you're playing through the game, you're forgetting that certain shit exists, because it's like, again, from somebody who's new, like, this is complex as shit. Like, this is not simple shit at all. Because the game teaches you, it teaches you once and once only. Right? Like, I mean, if you have tips on, yeah, it'll show you, like, the tips, like, little hints to help you out every now and then, but nothing too helpful for the most part. It's the thing. So, I don't know. I feel like a progressive system, the way I can't even think of, like, what game does that in the way that I'm thinking. I can't even think right now. I'm not sure, but who cares? Even if a game like that doesn't truly exist, where it's exactly like I'm describing, where it's starting off like that with the 2.0 selectable trees where there's not much like the 2.0 elemental trees. That was the false what's the wording? How do you word this? False choices, you know, where it made you feel like you had a choice in the way you played when in reality you didn't, because the builds were already picked for you and you're just choosing between the builds. You're not actually making the decisions yourself, but that's good because as the more you're playing and the more you're switching between these builds, you're going to get to a point where you're saying, damn, I kind of wish I could take this and combine it with this one and then bring this one from up here and combine it with this one and basically make my own thing. See, because then eventually when you get to Beyond Light and you unlock the stasis shit and you're playing around with the stasis, you're gonna think back to that and be like, damn, this is what I was talking about when I was playing the other build. How I wished I could mix this, that, and the third with this, that, and the third. And then come the end of that campaign, the game's gonna pop up a notice saying you've unlocked subclass 3.0 for all of your subclasses. You can now fully customize your subclasses to your liking and mix and match them to your liking and whatnot. All right. I just feel like that would be such a good, like, who knows, maybe I'm just talking nonsense and it just sounds good to me because it's exactly that. It just sounds good, but in practice maybe it wouldn't be as good. Cause like I'm thinking, cause I'm trying to think of it from a new player's perspective, and it makes sense to me. It's more reasonable too. But I don't know. I could just be tripping out. I don't know. I still stand by that prismatic shit though. This right here, I still stand by it. I think once you hit final shape and you interact with what's it called? Um the light after walking across the bridge and into the Pale Heart, all of your subclasses will now combine into this node, the prismatic node, and then you will see all of your supers surrounding this and everything, right? Like it'll be the ones you already have unlocked, right? So like anything new, for instance, Twilight Arsenal, it wouldn't be here, or at least it wouldn't be selectable. It wouldn't be selectable, but all your other supers would all be surrounding this. Dude, they might have to make the nose a bit smaller because that's a lot of, well, nah, because some will be like right here lining up with this corner, same thing, right? Like just like this. So maybe they all could fit here, right? How many slots would that be? 3, 6, 9, 12. Does that match up? Oh, whoops, damn it. Because we only have one here. Okay. 4, 6, 8. Oh, yeah, 9. Look, that's perfect then. Dude, that's perfect. They don't even need to resize anything. They don't even need to resize anything. Dude, it's perfect. The system was made with that in mind. Dude, it was already made with that in mind. They just didn't implement it. Come on now, look. We got the space. 3, 6, 9, and then 12. 12. And this is where the red subclass will go. It'll be like right here. The red subclass will be like right there or something. You know, maybe. I don't know. but the thing, because we do need a third darkness class subclass. So because we got 9 on Titan right now, dude, it's gonna be different for hunters though. Again, because I'm pretty sure hunters got more supers than Titans, right? Hold on. See, now I need to check because, or does everyone? Because like currently Titan has 9 in total. That's what we saw. Change character. Let's see. Crap, this is Warlock. I keep forgetting my Warlock is at the top. Whatever, this works. We needed to check on Warlock anyways. So 1, 4, 6, 7, 10 on Warlock. Okay. Alright. That leaves 2 slots in the prismatic slot. Then there would be 2 right here. There'll be this one and then this slot open. So I think Hunter actually does in fact have the most supers. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So Titans have 9, Warlocks have 10. I'm guessing Hunters are gonna be at like, they might either they're probably at 11, at most 12. In which case, Hunters are the favorite, obviously, you know. So we got 1, 2, 5, 8. All right, yeah, there you go. There you go. So it's 11. 9, 10, 11. Titans have 9, Warlocks have 10, Hunters has 11. All right, perfect. Perfect. We're good to go then. We're good to go then. Dude, there's gonna come a day where the other 2 classes are gonna get new supers, right? Titans need to get 2. Titans need to get 2. Yeah, Titans need to get 2. Warlocks only need 1. And then we'd all be matched at 11. And then the final darkness subclass will fill up that 12th slot. It would fill up that 12th slot on the prismatic diamond right here. It'll be right here. This is where that 3rd darkness subclass will go. This will be the buffer, like the buffer for whichever element, you know. It'll be right here. And it'll like change shit around for the most part. But everything come final shape. This is if I was making Destiny 2.5, right? The moment you do that first interaction in the Pale Heart with the light and you unlock Prismatic, you gain the Transcendence abilities. All of your supers will coalesce into this one Prismatic node. All of your grenades, melees, fragments of everything that made up all those separate subclasses, they'd all be in here. Every single one would be in here. And then as you're playing through I was trying to say prismatic. As you're playing through Final Shape campaign, you'll be unlocking the actual prismatic fragments themselves. You know, versus the... Well, I guess technically they'd all be prismatic fragments now at that point, huh? Because what are they called? Hold on. Because in prismatic, they're called prismatic fragments. Are they just called fragments here? Nah. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. So, yeah. If I was making it, I'll keep it so that each one of the separate subclasses, their fragments will still say, like, stasis fragment if it's from stasis, solar fragment if it's from solar, and whatnot. Right? Like, this fragment right here, it looks like the solar one, but I guess it's not. Like, it looks like the radiant. Where is it? It really looks like Ember of Torches, just with like a slight paint job, but it really looks like this. I can't lie. It just looks like it. It looks like a 1-to-1 copy, with just a little shader to it. You know. What is this? Okay, there we go. But yeah, if it was up to me, we'd put them all in here. I changed it so like they'd keep each separate element. They'll keep their elemental fragment title or whatever, like header. They'll keep the elemental header that they have. So stasis ones will be stasis, and so on and so forth, right? And then as you're playing through the campaign, you'd unlock all of these prismatic ones. And then as you're exploring the world, you also finish unlocking these other fragments as well that build onto your transcendence meter and whatnot, right? It's because me personally, I just think that works. I feel like that would be perfect, man. That would be glorious. And that wouldn't make like the exotics like pointless either, because you can still run these. You would still be able to run these for their full exotic effect. It's just now every exotic that releases, like every current exotic that's out and every exotic that releases would be added to the exotic class items as well. So you can, and honestly, that would make that would always make the exotic mission relevant as well if they did that. Because then you'd always find a duo. You'd always have LFG live for this event anytime they add new exotic perks to it. From like the current exotic, obviously. And again, they were smart with that. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they did what they did with the exotics and the exotic class items. Whereas like the exotic class items have a limited version of the actual exotic. That makes sense. So if you want the full effect of this exotic, you gotta run the exotic itself. You know? In which case, see, because I was being, I was being hee hee ha ha funny when I was talking about the Titan Curse of a Falling Star, right? Saying that, hey, add the 2 lines to the exotic class item, and then just keep, what do you call it? Keep that airborne effectiveness one on the main exotic, because like I was trying to be sneaky funny. Obviously, they wouldn't do it like that. Like most likely, it'll just be the first sentence that will go into the exotic class item, and that's it. That will suck in my personal opinion. But again, it wouldn't be much of a trade if there wasn't something dissatisfying about it. So you need those trade-offs. That's what we call balance. Because again, if I could, I'd love to have an exotic class item that had the falling star and why do I keep forgetting his name? Acting Warwick. I'd love to have an exotic class item like that. But the thing is, that class item would be pointless, or it is pointless because prismatic isn't the way that I think it should be. Again, prismatic is still good. It's still great, 100%. It's awesome. But just with the idea of what prismatic is, I just feel like all of these light or darkness subclasses should be inside of the prismatic node. They all should have coalesced into here. And now you will always have transcendence, even if you wanted to do a full single element 3.0 build. Transcendence should always be there because we're now at a point in the story where we learned a certain level of mastery that new lights would not have. Like, that's the difference between a brand new player who literally just started today versus a veteran who started 10 years ago. Right? Now, I'm not saying, like, they need to make it that, like, in the sense of, like, hey, if you weren't here 10 years ago, you don't have any of this shit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if you were to start today, start from scratch as a new light, this is the growth you would experience. And it'll be better than the growth path that veterans had to take. You had to, like, experience both the highs and the lowest of fucking lows. That was just terrible. That pushed people away. We're just trying to fix the game and make it easier to get into. Dude, I need to find that live stream is posted on YouTube, but I need to, like, go back and look at that stream where I was talking about fixing the actual new light experience itself, to getting rid of Shahan and creating, like, each race actually is resurrected in different areas versus everybody just getting resurrected in old Russia. Right? So it's like the Awoken are awakened in I don't know, like the Awoken whatever sector that Marisov is responsible for. Ghost would report, because she's alongside with the Vanguard for now, like at this point in time. We're all together. We're not enemies. We are, in fact, allies, dare I say. Unless, like, I've missed some lore that says otherwise. Alright, so it's like Marisov would control this sector for the Awoken, and any ghost resurrected, or any ghosts that do that resurrect a new guardian in that sector, they first report to her, and then she reports it over to like Vanguard saying you have a new light coming in, that type of thing. And again, this is all Destiny 2.5. Because I want Destiny 3 to build off of Destiny 2.5. And we grow from there. So I feel like once you have a sound baseline, right, a sturdy foundation, anything you build on top of that, quite literally, shouldn't go wrong, at least. Like, it shouldn't go wrong. Now, the thing is, Destiny 2 Vanilla, I don't think it was built off of, I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, at least. I don't think it was built off of D1's final year's baseline, you know? Like, D1 year, D1 final year, I forget what year it was. What is that? What was that, year 3, year 2? Destiny 1 was like 2 years long, I think, right? Or 3 years long, something like that. I don't remember. All right, so like that, I just say D1 final year. That shit was probably like the best that Destiny 1 had ever felt. Assuming I'm remembering correctly. Again, that was many years ago. That was like 7, 8 years ago. So I could be misremembering. I could be misremembering how good like that was. But assuming that that was the best version of Destiny 1 in terms of like how it played and how good it was, like from weapons to sandbox and everything like that, D2 should have been built off of that exactly, right? And then the new story should have been written on top of that. With like, of course, with the subtle changes, not story wise, but like sandbox wise. Because for instance, D2, we get class items or class abilities and shit like that or whatever. Or was that in Taken King that we first got? I can't remember, bro. Everything's meshing. Everything's kind of meshing now. I am a little hungry, but whatever. Dude, I feel like I'll come back to this later. I gotta write some of this shit down and like put it in a like more, like I need to see my thoughts on paper exactly, is what I'm saying. Like I need to see this shit on paper so I can visualize and put it together. Because right now it sounds like it's too jumbled up. So it's like I feel like if someone was to watch this, they'd be like, "Yo, you are all over the place, my guy." Like Jesus. Like my fault, my fault, my fault. I'm passionate. What can I say? I'm passionate about the game that I play. You know, I want to see this shit doing the best it could possibly be, or be the best that it could possibly be. I said doing the best. I want it to be the best that it could possibly be, you know? And that's not easy, especially now. Like, with all the problems that are currently in place, it is not going to be easy to make this shit as good as it can be. I don't want to say as good as it was, and then look and then say, oh, it's like, oh, when was it as good as it could possibly be? You said D1 final year. It's like, I'm not going to say that now. But, 'cause I think people would argue the best that the game has felt was either, I believe they would say either, like, I want to believe a large majority would say, Forsaken. And then some people would probably say Witch Queen. That's what I believe. Now, numbers-wise, Lightfall had, like, some of the highest numbers Destiny has ever seen. But that's because the marketing was fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Dude, even for me, as a veteran, I didn't think for a second that Lightfall was going to be ass. I seen the marketing, all of that shit hyping us up, leading up to it. I thought there was no fucking way. Like, the game failing, or Lightfall failing, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. It wasn't even a thought in my fucking mind. That's how confident I was about, like, how good that campaign, or not campaign, but how good that DLC was going to be. Because, again, we were approaching the end. Lightfall would then go into final shape. That's what we all understood. We would have Lightfall year, and then everything leading up to the final shape, and then final shape year. I thought, like, yeah, just like everybody else thought. This cannot fail. and then Lightfall actually happened. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I'm not even sure why I went on a fucking. I don't even know how I got here. Started talking about all this to this degree. But yeah, we did talk about it. How long has it been? Damn near an hour and 20 minutes. My God. Well, that's just my thoughts. So random. Like again, I don't even know what got me talking about this. I just kind of started talking all of a sudden. Huh. Okay. And again, I was just ending with this. It's like this is my Destiny 2.5, not Destiny 3. Where we're trying the goal with everything that I've said, and this is just like this is bare. This isn't much. What I've said isn't even like I wouldn't even say it's like I don't know. It's not even 20% of the changes that would need to be made. Right? That's just a random ass number off the top of my head because I don't want to estimate too high. I rather. Is it better to estimate low? I don't know, man. Whatever. Point is, these are just some of the changes needed to make Destiny 2 as good as it can be. And then once we've literally gotten Destiny to the point where it's like, hey, this is it. We can't do anything else with this. Like, the game is what it is. And now from this point on, we make changes, or sorry, we not changes, but from this point on, we work on Destiny 3. You know, Destiny 3 be built off of being this right here. But yeah, once D2 is perfected, then we can worry about shit. Honestly, if D2 does get perfected, like, you know, or as good as it can be, you know, as good as the engine allows it, right? If we're speaking on engine terms, right? Or anything like that, we might not even need a D3. Shit, the next D3 would probably end up just being Destiny 2 on a brand new engine, but it's literally still just Destiny 2, but better. And you may argue it's like, well, yeah, Destiny 2 but better is Destiny 3. As I say, no. Hell no. Especially if Destiny 3's baseline is any of the shitty years in D2. And if it's not, if the baseline isn't D2, what the fuck is the baseline for? Is it just randomness? Then that's a variable for failure, potentially. I don't know. I want to think about this some more though. Do that off stream. Dude, I went live to the game and yet I've been just talking for the most part. Whatever. Actually, I know what triggered me to talk about this. It all started when I looked at the modifiers and I saw it was chill touch, and the first thought that came to my mind is I don't want to play. I don't want to deal with those bastards, man. With the fucking slow and shit. I don't want to. I don't wanna. You know, it's like, ugh. Hold on, the what I could do. Anyways, that's just that. That's what got me. I believe that was the beginning to like me just going on a rant talking. What's that technically a rant though? It's like, it's like I was just kind of voicing my thoughts is all. It wasn't necessarily like it wasn't necessarily like, me what you call negative way, you know. Wait, hold on. Cuz rant has a negative connotation, doesn't it? Um Speak or shout at length in a wild, impassioned way. Well, yeah. So I wasn't ranting. I literally was just voicing my thoughts. Then yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I literally said I was passionate. Yeah. Like I literally said I was passionate. Yeah. So it's like I definitely wasn't ranting per se. It's like because I wasn't negative with what I was saying. That's for sure. I was just thinking of a better path, I guess. Changes that can make things right, or at least in my perspective, or in my eyes. It'll be nice talking about these, like putting these ideas forth in front of like others who also care. And say, how do you guys feel about this? You know, what do you think about this? Solutions. You didn't know him by his face, so bought a gun around his waist, but he come back to burn that town to the ground. First there was fire, then there was smoke, then that preacher man was hanging by a rope, and then they all fell to their knees and begged that drifter, begged him please, as he raised his fist before he spoke. I am the righteous hand of God. Alright, let me stop. I was getting distracted again. Alright, since I wasted... Well, no, I don't think that was wasted. Because I feel like everything I talked about, like... It was solid. It was solid. And it was just my thoughts anyway, so it definitely wasn't wasted. I was just thinking out loud about what I felt. So it's not wasted. But I did spend an hour 20-something minutes talking about that, so I do need a game. And oh yeah, I don't even think I finished talking about it yesterday or earlier before I started talking about that. But yeah, I did get like a lot of different loot and whatnot. I grew my power up to 480 because I think I was like 470 or something at the end of the stream. At the the last stream, I believe I was like that. I was at like 470 or something like that. But yeah, I've been like feeding in. Yeah, like 491 is like, no, I think 492 is my highest right now, right? No, it looks like 491 actually. Yeah, see, we got a lot of 490s in here because I've been doing a lot of infusion. Like my stone count right here, enhancement course, this shit has fluctuated between like 1-digit numbers to like 16 back and forth because I was doing that much. Dude, and because I was farming yesterday, like all stream, because I couldn't stream because bitrate was going crazy, and I didn't feel like trying to troubleshoot it. I was mainly farming these, so they all had bonus. They all had like bonus drops, and then they also had the Festival of the Lost like focus drops on them and whatnot. So I was just farming those back to back, right? And I was getting like a lot of consistent tier 5s, which makes sense because my power level and my guardian rank is high enough for that. Like those two in unison. And then we were getting like big jumps as well. That in conjunction with us completing these challenges as we were going through, we were getting a shit ton of candy. Like I was at 5k. I was at 5k candy by the end of this. By the end of the reclaim farm. Like, the candy to time ratio in reclaim was fucking insane compared to when I do like what 2-3 runs of haunted altars and I have like only what 1600 candy to show for it or something like that. And I was having a good time for the most part. Like I got annoyed at certain parts, but that was because it was a skill issue thing. It wasn't a game issue. It was quite literally just a skill issue. Like I did something stupid to get me like caught up. And honestly, I decided to like go down this route of like anytime I'm about to get upset, I tell myself I'm gonna be like, you'll probably hear it from now on, assuming I actually stick to it. You'll probably hear me say like, let me break this down. How did I die, and what could I have done to do better, or something like that? Like something like that. Something along those lines you'll hear. from now on. Most likely. Probably. Or either you'll just hear me rage instead. Whichever comes first, I don't know, man. But yeah, so like I was completing a lot of stuff there. And we got rewarded for it pretty much by a lot. Look, 491, 491. We're so close to 500. It's remarkable, truly. So yeah. And we got a lot of candy. We turned that 5K into this because we spent it all on trying to get like better Festival of the Lost rolls. Nothing too crazy dropped for the most part. Like it's pretty again, I do want to get shinies of each one, like actual good shinies that I could potentially use. So far I have one for shotgun, one for gun burn. Sorry, one for what is the shotgun called? One for arcane embrace. We have one for gun burn, and we're trying to get one for hush whisper. Honestly, I would love for this shiny to drop with hush whisper, or either just a regular tier 5 for hush whisper to drop that has draw time, hatchling, explosive head, tear, and was slice the other one? I can't remember. Whatever. But I definitely want to see more draw time rules drop that are actually good, that I'd happily keep. But so far we haven't been too lucky in that regard. We've gotten a lot of these swords to drop too. So like in my vault there's like I think 2 or 3 of these swords. Along with like some other stuff that I also kept throwing in there, like tier 5 sniper rifles and whatnot that I thought was like pretty cool rolls and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, I did finish my passes too. We reached rank 30 and we gilded our title as well, so that's all done and complete. Got all of our masks as well. Well, obviously we got all the masks. How else would we have gilded this? Right. Well, actually, you don't even need that for gilding. Yeah, it's just these last ones you need for gilding, which only required rank 30. That was like the main thing I was working on to get that. But yeah, we also completed our weekly challenges too, so there's that. Yes. This literally was just me talking for the most part. Yeah. Will all be threaded solar special glass cannon. Doesn't really seem too bad, truth be told. But yeah, after playing all those reclaim matches yesterday, it just felt so much more rewarding than this. This is what you need to farm for like the actual Halloween loot, though, the Festival of the Lost loot. So we will go in here. We'll go in here for sure. You know. Oh wait, whoa, sword, yeah. And Deluge is still active, which also helped in making the game like feel good to play, because Deluge is pretty nice. It's not too overpowering, like on the Guardian side, but it is good. It is good. Just having a free like regen of like your abilities and stuff, it is pretty solid. But the enemies still have like their easy one tap explosions that can just kill you. And they also have numbers, so like that's another thing. All those scions that spawn when it's the dreads turn, and like the final phase before boss phase, when those dreads spawn in, with the grim and shit, those the fucking dread scions, they all have rocket launcher, or they all have like explosive scout rifles or some shit, and they're all shooting you at once. And it's like if you get volleyed by them, holy man. Shit, every time like those guys appear, I instantly just think Nobunaga's 3-line volley. So it's like when one of the lines is reloading, the others are shooting. You know? So it's like the first line shoots, starts reload, the second line is shooting. As the second line is reloading, the third line is shooting. And by this point in time, the first line has already reloaded, and they're shooting already, as I said. So it's like, it's constant fire that can't be beat. Unless like, the person that's getting shot at has a fucking rocket launcher. But yeah, since this is these guys, I can just go in here and do this. But when the dread come, I'm actually gonna have to switch. Oh, and I don't, since we completed the battle pass, or the season, the activity pass, I don't really care about completing the challenges anymore. So like, I'm not really gonna stress trying to get certain things completed. There's no need. Some more ammo right quick. Oh. Oh crap, I thought what's it called started. I was wrong. All right. Yeah. Guess I'll hold on to the rest. Get us some ammo. Screw that relic because it's hot garbage. Damn, I just slowed myself down heavy. Gosh, the response time needs to be quicker on that. But for the most part, the game is optimized. Hold on. Go all the way around. This is how we maximize our own survival. In the service of heaven. Do this. Alright, they'll handle that one. And I believe we still need this one, yeah? Oh no, he already broke it. Cool, cool. Good shit. Let's get these guys upgraded. Cool, cool. And that's all I got. My will be done. Alright, I do need to be careful here because this is where the Scions, or the Dread, come in. And they do dicky. Dude, that was a perfectly timed deluge round, bro. Holy. That was lovely. Damn, ain't none of the teammates picked that shit up. What the fuck? Heaven is a destiny. Wait, where did I just see the hat at? At least I thought I saw a hat. Guess not. You pick him up, pick him up. You can increase our survivability as long as we're not hitting. As long as we're not hitting the, okay, they got that. There we go, beautiful. Pick these up because we need them. That's crazy. You need to pay attention because the moment we see it subjugated, we gotta dip out of this. Because I learned firsthand that those subjugator surprises, the motherfuckers are lethal, very lethal. Oh, speaking of the devil. There we go. Alright, I'm cool. Please dunk before you get me killed, game. Oh my lord. Dog. Jesus, man. Coming for you. Okay, he's moving towards that one. I'll go over here then. I need this. I'll take these, I'll take these, this. Dude, I actually like the placement of this one. Like being over here, this is actually solid. Why can't I pick anything up? It doesn't say I'm full. Oh my lord. I guess I am. Like, yeah, I'm literally not full. Like, what? Alright, I guess I gotta leave this to the team then, because I physically can't. I physically can't pick any juice up. Dude, I took forever to fall down, holy. Yep, see, he understood. Your shit is still connected. Alright, we're almost done though. Alright. My teammate didn't get boosted. Like, he didn't get a shield from it. Low key, having my shit not work makes me feel like I might not be in the game still. Like, the game might be like, no, he no here, he no here. It's just like, bitch, I am though. Good teamwork right there. I love to see it. Yeah, I think they got that. Maybe not. Somebody's scared of contact. Oh, he got it, he got it. "30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been here." Let's go this way. Oh shit. I don't want you to feel like a failure. There we go. Got that guy out. He's taking the shit, man. Ain't you bad to gray run? We got teammates that are literally just hiding instead of locking the fuck in. My gun disappeared. There we go. $16 minutes. Yeah, you can burn through reclaim so much faster. They did it. Nah, we don't really care about what the mask has, cause these are gonna be like low power levels come the end of this event. So I've been making sure I like feed into the helmets, like the actual armor. And then when like the armor's all high enough, then I go into like the mask. Oh, we got another shiny of this one. Nothing too interesting though. Dragonfly Rapid, what times envious? Yeah. You know, from both 490s. You are not enough. And I know the other armor piece we got went to the postmaster because we're full. In old pass, no, I need to go back. You track this over. Yeah, I need inspiration. Don't need no validation. No more medication. That shit is ass. Go ahead and infuse it to you so we save enhancement course. For a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. Okay, okay. I don't see it. Let's pull this candy as well. We actually got a decent amount of candy from that one run. It's just reclaim is so fast, dude. It's so fast. And like you still get festival or haunted altars loot to drop, but it's not as much as like if you're doing it in here. Like the haunted altars loot is the main focus here. But it's good. Dude, we spent so long in Destiny though. Like I'll probably play more off stream later. Maybe. Probably not actually. I don't know. We'll see. We're about to switch over to Minecraft for a little bit though. What time is it? Yeah, just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. I just wanna numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. No, I just need some numb the pain. Doon 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 doon. Down 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 down. just want the numbs of pain for a minute. I just want to run away on vacation. I just need to numb the pain. Go ahead and load up the world. Wukong Monkey Nuts. Wow. I already downloaded everything. Did he have something new? Everything's about to change. Alright, cool. Alright. I did do a lot of farming off stream and I don't need all this copper. It's just, it's a byproduct of all the mining I was doing yesterday. I did get a full stack of iron, a lot more coal, and oh yeah, lapis as well. So, yeah. I don't even think I'll really even need lava buckets anymore. Like, that lava farm isn't really necessary for the most part. But if you look right over there, that's where we were mining at. Straight across. Right there. Oh yeah, I can go get that obsidian back. Now that I have a diamond pickaxe. But yeah, right there, that mine goes like down and everywhere else. We ran out of torches, which is the main reason we even stopped. When I say we, I'm not talking about like me and someone else. I mainly just mean me. But like, I have ran out of. Oh wait, I could just do this. Oh wait, no, that only works on ores. But I had ran out of torches, so I really couldn't explore as like much more than I did. Dude, I swear I don't see the braking effects as I'm mining this shit, so I can't like predict when it's about to go. Go ahead and put this up there, put you down here. Cool. Close these holes up. Lovely. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Nice. No, I think I still do need to get even more even more iron. Well, no, it's not even a matter of me thinking I need to. I need to. In black and white, we can lay down there, put up a fire. We could horse your way to your knees, and you could take that lesson that you learned today. What you got? I can make more potatoes, to be honest. But he only gives you two. He only gives you two emeralds. What wood is that? Pale oak. Oh yeah, the pale biome, pale forest, whatever. Got fish in there. Stack of 64. Here we go. Okay. I feel like there's something else I wanted on the sword. I just don't remember what. Oh yeah, we did upgrade our armor. We took off the chainmail since we got more iron. Put fire protection on both the boots and the chest piece. So we got even more protection when we're running around inside of the nether. I'm limited on arrows though, so I can't go crazy with this. Do need to be careful of that. Oh wait, what I wanted to do as well was whoops. Combine these two so I can have my own infinity bow. Infinity. I believe I have enough levels. Hold on. There we go. What would I name it though is the question. I don't know. We could always name it later. Though I do need to combine this with a regular bow so that we can heal it up. Need sticks. Well, I got some on me, right? No, I put them away. Just one of these. Oh. Oh yeah, I am broke. Just look at that. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to try something real quick. It's like, I haven't seen a jack-o'-lantern. Go ahead and put that in there for now. Put you over here. Actually, we'll keep these sticks on, that right there. There we go. Okay, so that's how you do it. And now it's its own thing, right? Yeah. Jack-o'-lantern. Oh yeah, and I can wear these if I want, right? uh, mask on, mask off. Alright. I wish you can quick switch. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, you just can't do... You can do helmet. Or you can do pumpkin to helmet, but you can't do helmet to pumpkin. Or no, you can do helmet to pumpkin. No, pumpkin to helmet, but not helmet to pumpkin. Okay. Wait, what all does a... Hold on, let me search this. Yeah, so it's just Enderman. Okay. Oh, I forgot snow golems were a thing. Okay, cool. Oh, let me close them. I forgot I had that open. Alright. I don't really think I'll need this. Oh yeah, the other mod that we do have now is glowing ores. It's pretty nice. Makes it easier to see the ores. Though I think he added something else because it asked me to download everything again. So I'm curious what did he put in here? I'm not really seeing anything different, so I'm not really sure. There's a return scroll. Leather horse armor. Wait, what do armor trims even do? I know these are fairly new to the game, armor trims. I just don't remember what the hell they do. Oh, that's netherite. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to ask him. Because I don't really see anything, like, out of the ordinary. The backpacks, I mean, I already knew about the backpacks, so that's not really... Oh, I do know waystones are in here. Okay. The strong survive. These chains will not hold me down. And we're taking these lions inside. These lions inside. Oh, let me put these shears away. Oh, oh, these lions inside. I had to learn to be the hero. It started all the way from zero. I had to get mine. That's copper, ain't it? It doesn't look like copper from this distance. That's crazy. That's iron. I never noticed this. The fuck? Huh. There was iron right in front of us this whole time. That's cool. Oh, there's more down here, too. Whoa, no way. Oh, that's also cool. Never mind. It looked like it was, It looked like it was iron, I'm not gonna lie. It had that yellow tint to it. I should have grabbed my respiration helm. And then came back over here. Oh, literally, there's an air pocket right here because we did that. Oh, whoops. These lions inside. They gun through their skins. Their end. Thought I heard a drowned. Let the games begin. Yeah, we had started mining over here, but it wasn't really leading to anything important. Oh yeah. I just realized we definitely need food. Alright, we have secured the yum-yums. Oh yeah, I removed the beds from over here, I forgot. And take what you need. Ouch. Bish. Weave. Weave. Alright. You bitches. I just heard him. I don't see him though. Take me down to the river and prepare my soul. My faith is broken and I just wanna let it go in. Alright, we see that big boy right there. Nobody can pull me out of the shadows. I really need to close these up, honestly. If I'm gonna be walking. Okay, cool. We kept the sticks with us. We find coal, we'll be good though. Hold on, let's eat real quick. Hide right here. Let's see. Why are you so good at weaving, my boy? Like, damn. Is that a pigment? Oh, yeah, it is. Homie got the pig on him. We overshot. I'm on the run now. Nice. Oh, the shield is held lower. Look at that. He put in a mod for shields or something? Because usually your shield would, like, basically be in front of our face. It's just pure bone, right? Yeah, it's a bone block. Excuse me, just coming by. Don't mind me. Hold on, let me get that XP. Thank you. I don't see the ghast anymore. Ooh. Motherfucker. Ghast here. Yes, sir, I need that. He almost snuck me, though. What the fuck? The game almost hold me. Like, I'm not picking some shit up. Like, there's mad lag right now. Like, we could have died. Dude, it's so much easier to aim with mouse and keyboard. Like, just sending it exactly where I want it to go. With, like, the most minimal of, input. Just gonna head back. So I do want some food, and I don't want to get, like, too lost in the game to the point where I'm here for a few hours. Alright. Dude, I forgot I have to pee as well. What the frick? It just hit me out of the blue, like out of nowhere now. After I remembered, at least. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next stream. Peace. Have a good night. Happy Halloween. And I'll see you in November.